All right. Welcome, everyone. Chat Pat, the mighty Team Green, the big XBOX group of champions.
I like
Welcome
that.
back to DIRREC Gaming. We got a lot to talk about today, where we're gonna spit the truth, the whole truth. So help us gaming. We've got a nice panel on deck for us today. Joining us now, one of the heads out there, one of the big gamers, been around for a long time. He's jumping in and out of the world of Starfield, exploring galaxies and planets like never before. He's enjoying that new update. Everyone, please welcome Xbox Brand, and of course the hostess with the mostest, the never tucked in chain crowd, the general, the new legal. Welcome, famo.
Welcome,
Now,
baby. Let's go. I'm
so
loving it so far.
we got some insider updates, some new badges for achievements. We've got a new boot up coming. We've got some news about Xbox expanding Game Pass in China. We got an update about AMD FSR 4.1, which is really exciting. And then, of course, more bad PlayStation news. We've got the CEO admitting that the PlayStation 5 is just an empty plastic box.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to end it all with the biggest, the baddest, the king of racers, the ultimate racing game, Forza Horizon 6. Legal, let's start that intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been warned. This is going to be a fabulous direct gaming coming soon intro. Good job, Rez. Let's go. You know, I'm not allergic to a lot of things. Matter of fact, it's not a lot of things that even make me allergic, but I think I'm allergic to donkeys lying to their own fan base out here. And all that goofy stuff that they seem to do when they don't have anything going for them. But that's another story, and then I digress. But you have come to the right show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody around the world. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to come out here on stage with us. Welcome to Direct Gaming. I go by the name of the new legal. I got Resident Gamer on. I got Xbox Brand out here below us. Yo, we are Xbox strong. As you can see, we Xbox flex around here. On top of that, if you're a real gamer, thank you for coming in today. For everybody that's been making us international, man, have y'all been making us international? We are wanting to say we are extremely grateful. We're
Thank
always
you.
coming off that top rope with our energy. Listen, I gotta give a station identification a pause right now for these guys and everybody that ain't here on the panel. Shout outs to Spartan 117, man, who has to work. Shout outs to the realest one that might be taking care of his family right now, hold it down at the great daddy he is. But the panel, I can't say enough of. These guys, we work hard every single day. When I tell you these dudes, man, we getting off 8:30 at night, 7:30 at night, getting up at 4:30 in the morning type stuff, man. Staying gone all day. When we hit up Brand, when you don't see one of these guys here, a lot's going on in real life. Period.
Kid
And
Smooth in the building, Mr. Kima,
it's
CBH
not
for God, Red Skull, Yobi. Welcome, guys.
shout them out, Rez. Appreciate that. Shout them out. Always feel free to shout them out, Rez. I don't care. Anybody, shout them out. Look,
Yeah,
but I'm
so
talking.
Red Dead Skull, that's my son. So
Shouts to your son, man.
yeah,
Shouts to your son.
he's here. He's
Hey,
Shouts to
listening.
your
man.
son.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah. I hope you're ready for a nice conversation.
Shouts to
We're
your
going to
son.
talk about some big Xbox news.
We are. These guys over here, I can't say enough of. I just can't. We every time it's always something. That's why I love the fact that you guys have never stopped supporting us. We were going to go on 10 o'clock this morning, but it's always something. Then we moved it to lunchtime. It's always something. I mean, it's always something.
Family.
But when we get it together, when we finally form like Voltron, I got to say this about my comrades. I don't get a better fit of Xbox guys with the knowledge and the fun that I have without all these guys, man. From the realest one to Spawn 117 to Resident Gamer Zero to Xbox Brand to Games Trailers. I can't. Look at Games Trailers. He's hardly ever here because he's got to work. This guy works 7 days a week. When I'm telling you, when they stop in here, man, just to talk, it means a lot. Shout outs to the members out here that's always protecting the chat room. Shout outs to the moderators out here that do all the dirty work. You guys made this official. You guys keep this channel going. All of y'all, we all in this together, man. And we're moving forward to this Project Helix together, man. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is a lot of fun. I love doing this stuff, man. We're going to keep doing it in a major way. Y'all ready for that intro, man? Are y'all ready for that intro? Before I do that intro, though, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Smash the like button. Never miss a beat on the ones and twos while we get up on this stage and perform for you. As a matter of fact, we got these mics out here just by the plethora, by the infinite amount of count. We don't even know how many acts we got out here, my Xbox Brand. We just know they're out there. Grab one and get on the stage with us. Get on the stage with us because we don't want y'all down there. We want y'all up here. Xbox fans perform. We showcase. And these two guys right here is ready to showcase. For no further ado, let's get that intro in here, baby. Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
And Xbox is about to make history, guys. And I mean this in a way you wouldn't expect to me. What do I mean by that? So we just got an announcement from AMD themselves about the new upscaling technology 4.1 that's coming to the Radeon RX 6000 cards and the Radeon RX 7000 cards, as well as they're coming to, guess what? The consoles. Wouldn't expect it, right? The big news is the technology that is coming with 4.1. What's the technology? It's called INT8. It's a type of video technology, basically, that uses 8-bit integer quantization. What does that mean? It's an AI optimization technique that basically converts the precision of neural networks from 32-bit floating to 8-bit integers. What that does is it basically dramatically reduces the memory usage and accelerates processing speeds, allowing AI-driven video tasks like, for example, upscaling and object detection to run faster on less power. So basically, it's going to allow the consoles to run more power efficient and also more performance efficient. So we're going to get more performance out of the consoles than we ever had. And the Xbox Series X, the reason why that's important is because Xbox Series X uses the full RDNA 2 suite, the full RDNA 2 GPU suite, which has the INT8 support. So you're talking about a equivalence of about 49.
Say that again, Raz. Say that
teraflops.
again, Raz. Say that again.
So the Series X uses the full RDNA 2 suite, whereas the PS5 and the PS5 Pro do not. They do not use the full suite. Therefore, they do not qualify or make it capable of running the full INT8 path of that new technology with the FSR 4.1. What's this mean? It basically means that the Series X is going to outperform and run better than the PS5 Pro, a console that's 2 years younger than it, a console that was built to be more powerful, and you would think outperform a console that's 2 or 3 years older. But no, this is something that's what I was just mentioning about making history. Is this, I don't think this has ever happened where a console that's older than another console that's supposed to have better performance is going to outperform it, which is crazy to me, you know, if you think about it. So the benefits that we're going to get with that is we're going to get sharper 4K and dynamic resolution images. We're going to get better temporal stability, and we're going to get visuals that basically are going to rival the PS5 Pro's PSSR. I think it's better. I've seen some screenshot comparisons, and I honestly think it's better. It's going to also leverage the console's existing machine learning better than the current FSR implementations. Now, right now, they're talking about rolling this out in early 2027. So it's a bit further away than we'd want, but still, that's a big thing to look forward to, a big reason to invest in an Xbox Series X. Because for me, I want to play on the best place with the best hardware, best software, best features and services. But it all starts with the hardware, right? That's where you're going to get the difference in what you're experiencing when you play your games. So for me, that just further incentivizes not only myself, but other gamers to consider getting an Xbox, because look how well they're taking care of this console already. And look what Asha has done already. I know you guys are still, there's some of you who are on the fence about her, some of you who think that it's too soon to call her the true leader, the true one that's really going to bring Xbox to a higher point that it's ever been. But I feel confident based on her current actions that that's the trajectory we're heading. Look what all she's achieved so far. It's really incredible. I mean, I don't think any previous Xbox executive has started off this strong, especially to point out the recent marketing schemes. Sorry, not schemes, but the recent marketing deployments I've seen for Forza Horizon. For example, this morning I got up and I turned the TV on, and my smart TV, what was the first thing I saw? Two big banners across the top of the screen. It was Forza Horizon 6 and Xbox in big, bold, shiny image letter, everything. It popped, right? It really, showed off that brand new racing game from Playground Games. And by the way, we're going to get into our review, because me and Legal, we played about a couple hours so far, but maybe I would say maybe 3 hours for me now. So we've already dipped our toes into it, and we can see why it's getting such positive reviews. I consider it myself a masterpiece, but we'll get into that, back into that later. I think there's no better time, no better place than now to be an Xbox fan. There's just everything to be excited about. Ever since she has taken the helm and hired on newer teams, that fresh leadership is what was needed. When you're, think about it, I think about it this way: when you've been in the job field for a long time, you've been in the same position, right? You get bored, you get checked out, you don't have that same spark, that same energy, that same motivation to do your best and to do best to make the company better and improve the company in every way you can. And I feel like with Phil, he was checked out. He was done. Like there was no incentive to him. He never had the passion for the brand, because he, like I was telling Legal, he started off as a PC player. He was always a multi-platform type of gamer. He didn't have that investment that Asha does. And she's a known leader to turn companies around. Look at her history, for example. This is a strong start. Already the morale has changed at Xbox. The engineers, from what I've seen, have turned around. They're excited to go back to work. they're so excited to push out all these updates. They're listening, they're learning, they're delivering results. The actions speak louder than words for me. And so far, her and the new team's actions are speaking volumes. Look at everything we're seeing so far. There was a billboard. I mentioned this last show. There was a billboard in California for just Forza Horizon 6. This is the type of marketing that we've been asking for a long time. They've just never pushed it that hard. It just goes to show that you really need the right person and the right team and the right desire to do greatness. And we're at that point now where Xbox is heading in the direction of greatness. Speaking of that, there was a recent push out to the Xbox Insider program. I know probably some of you in the chat might be a part of it, maybe not. I think Smooth might be. I'm not sure. But they're bringing more updates already to the console. They said that they're going to focus back on the core of what is Xbox, and that's the hardware, right? The console. They need to bring some changes, new features. Transform it constantly. It's always an improving wheel. Like, look what they did with the 360. As Legal has told me before, it was always that 360 from the beginning was not the 360 at the end, because they were constantly changing and constantly improving. And I feel like they lost that with the series generation, and now they're coming back to it. So we're getting a new boot up experience to match the new branding and the new direction of Xbox, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys got to vote in that poll recently. Asha reached out to everybody and asked us, do we want to keep it with just the capital X and then BOX lowercase, or we want to do the Xbox in shouting capital letters XBOX? And with quite an astonishing result, of course, everyone picked Xbox, XBOX, which, it's just little minor things like that really can change the morale, can change your mindset on what they're doing, and showing that they're listening and they're wanting to make this the experience for us, make this the Xbox we want it to be. So we're getting a new boot up experience. We're getting new gamer score badges. I wanted to show you this, guys. I can share my screen here. Legal, let me know if you see this. So this is what they look like. You see it?
No, it's not coming up on the screen.
Oh, it's not coming up?
No.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I was hoping I could.
You got to send that in the chat.
Well, I think we've seen what the images are for, because it's only on the insiders right now, right?
Yeah, but not everybody's seen it. That's why I wanted to show it. But basically, they have tiered ranges from starting all the way at the bottom at 1,000 achievement points, all the way up to 10 million.
Yeah, 10 million. That's crazy.
It's insane. And
it ain't insane for those that sit around and hit one button all day. They go around and play these one button games and think that's supposed to be phenomenal. It's a weird generation, bro. Weird. Oh, I got these million gamer scores by hitting one button, bro. Like, come on, y'all. Come on,
and
man.
These were these small changes that we haven't seen from Xbox. They haven't touched the achievement system. They haven't touched like the badge system ever. So this is a huge change for me, I feel, because it adds more excitement to the brand, to the platform. It incentivizes people, I think, to play more games. This is a win-win for both the fans and for Microsoft, because they do want people more engaged in their platform and playing more games. Like, what better way than to give them a new shiny badge? It's like, why do people chase the prestige all the time in Call of Duty? Because they want those new badges, they want the new weapons, they want the new cool stuff to add to their profile.
It's called gaming, Rez. It's called gaming.
It's gaming, yep. So what another nice, sweet ad there. Just goes to show how supercharged the design and engineer team is to add more to how we experience the platform. And they're also doing some changes to your game library. They're adding filters, so it makes it easy for you to separate your games you own from those that you share with, and then also installed titles you no longer have access to. So it's giving you a more crystal clear way to organize and view your library. And they also want to get your feedback. So there is a community on Reddit, and there's also different forums, I believe, or applicate or programs where you can submit your feedback on what else you want to see new with the platform. But this is just more evidence to me that finally Xbox is in the right hands, and that we're on our way to something special, because these little minor changes add up to a lot. Little by little, you build the brand, you build the product. They're doing the right things right now, and this is great. So so I wanted to pass off to Brand and then to Legal. We're going to start off with this topic, and I want you guys to hear your thoughts on all the new additions to the console, Ash's leadership with the new teams, the marketing. Is this all more of a good thing? Do you think this is just more of a promising result of what we're going to see going forward with her leadership? We'll start with you, Brand. Do you like these new changes?
Yeah, so all these changes, if you look at the face value of them, they're all social interactive, right? They're minor things that most people would say, you're just breaching into the culture. Well, being in leadership where I'm at, I have a lot of young people in my teams, and the one thing I've noticed is that their social structure is their identity. That is who they are. This is what they bring to the table. And I think Asha has looked at the current, wave of people that are connected with Xbox and people that are playing the games on PlayStation and Nintendo. And what she's doing is she's saying, look, we are offering a way to be social and ways for you to have better interaction with your social communities and groups. And I think she's tapping into that marketing power that she's got. The fact that you can't go anywhere without seeing a Forza Horizon 6 banding somewhere. I've seen it on foods at work, to ads on TV, to just everywhere. And she has really pushed the marketing, and my hope is that she's got control of a larger budget that they've done in the past. This could be a really good forward turn for Xbox, really promoting what it is, where it is, and where to play it. And I think she's making absolutely great decisions right now. And I think, when Phil left, I think he did exactly what he needed to for the brand. He was able to get us what we needed, because let's be honest with it. Back in 2017, we didn't have the studios. We didn't have the strength. Now we have all the studios. Now we need someone that's in different leadership that can guide us forward with all of their knowledge, and being able to take all of their studios that they now have under control and be able to push out more and more and more games. Does that mean exclusives? I still am not convinced that sells a console. Not saying that some people aren't right to feel that way, but I just don't see the numbers to prove it. I would say that the continuous effort on pushing out games with her leadership in that marketing division, and just throwing it out to everybody saying, listen, this is our new game. Look at Forza Horizon 6. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't played it yet. I never said that I was a big car guy, but I will play it when it comes to Game Pass, which is one of the things I posted just the other day, which was the great thing about being on Game Pass. You don't have to buy it day one. You can be on Game Pass and play it when it comes to the full live service of the game, which is the actual bringing to the you don't have to buy the early access. So would I recommend people do that? Absolutely. I did it with Starfield. I'm going to be doing that with Fable. I'm going to be doing that if they, as someone had said, that GTA 6 is going to come with a possible early access. I will buy that one. I will buy. Looks like Gears.
Oh, by the way, I don't mean to cut you off real quick,
No, go ahead.
Brand, but we've got some news about Grand Theft Auto 6. There was an apparent leak on a GameStop store in Germany about the potential price, and you'll be shocked. We don't
I
know if
hope
it's
so.
real or not. We could be a placeholder. We don't know, but from
I hope that
what I
price is
could
high. Let's
tell,
go.
it's
Yeah,
it's
go
going to
ahead
be
and
over
throw out the price, 'cause
$100.
that'll get everyone stirred up. Go ahead and throw the pricing.
Don't throw this price up.
So
We
the
eliminating
reported
frauds this
price
next
that they
generation.
had
Let's go.
listed on the website was $115.
Okay.
We'll
Now
get
I
to that in
know.
a minute.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead, Brand.
the money is not the concern for me on that game. That game is a shoe in, right? No matter where it goes. But
That
games
could be
like
your European price. Who knows? But
yeah, and
that's
it would
just
cost more for us because we are less valued than the euro. But I will go on to the subjects we're talking about. So games like E-Day, my son had recently about maybe a month ago had finished playing Gears 3 and seeing the dynamic between all three of the people that were in those games, all these iconic names, all these guys that banded together, and the women that were in the game, all this great lore and
you really
history
connect
of,
with them. Yeah.
yes. And so when he finished the third one, he was and able to play the first two, and then the third, and he said, yeah, I've got to play E-Day, because that when you watch that video, that YouTube video now of when Marcus Phoenix his fingers are just holding on and he lets go, and that hand that grabs him, everyone's breath was held. If you watch what happened when they were in the studios, everyone was just watching, that everyone's breath just caught, because the hope was there. The hope was, are we going to see it? And sure enough, they did. And they brought the two back together. I think this is going to be a trilogy. I think it's going to be a great start to what we are going to see in the future for Coalition Games and what they are able to produce and bring to the floor, and show that they have the talent level that Epic had done for Microsoft. And I think this is just a great way to show their continued efforts in the gaming space.
I think it's going to be the next generation type of game. Like it's the fidelity is going to be that level we always expect from Coalition.
Well, it's kind of like what you talked about with the FSR 4.1 and getting this update that no one was expecting to get. I mean, let's be real. We're most of us are console gamers, right? Most of us are not playing on a high-end, high-fidelity PC where you're running the highest-end graphics you could. Most of us are playing on a console, and we're happy with where our environments are, regardless of which console you're playing. But to get something you never expected, it's like Christmas, man. You didn't even expect to get it, but you got it. And it's coming at a free, no extra charge. Here you go. This is just part of the business. Here you go. You get better visuals. And remember what I said a long time ago when Asha first came in, everyone was fearing her AI position. I'm telling you, AI is part of the future. Accept it. We have to definitely monitor it, but look at the advantages, right? Look at this FSR. We are getting AI involved, but guess what? We're going to get better visual games, right? Hopefully they won't be looking nothing like people were saying that everything's cartoony, but I think it's just going to push the scaling of what we see visually. And I think we're going to see a much better image on the screen, which is good because all the games I play are going to benefit greatly from that. And I think that's only going to be continued here in the future. And so I think.
What's up, Mike Johnson? Rain G4 said that price is in Germany. That price is too high. And then he said, I live in America. Yeah, here's why, Rain G4, I think that might be true. Because look at the past 2 years. There were a lot of people on social media saying they would gladly spend $100 for Grand Theft Auto. There's people on Reddit, people on different forums who said the same thing. They recently did a poll on Twitter, I think somewhere, or maybe it was another website, and the 80% said they would be willing to pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6. So Rockstar pays attention to that. They see that stuff, and they're going to be the first company, because we know how they are. We know how Take-Two is, that I would not be surprised if that price was accurate. Like if we're going to see the first ever $100 game, and this is going to open that Pandora's box for all other studios to want to raise their prices on their games. So It's going to start with Grand Theft Auto. I have a feeling, and all this evidence, especially this leak or this listing, points more towards that being potentially true.
But
But I just
guys,
wanted to add that little bit of information there.
but you know the beauty of that is that when pricing goes up, that only makes Game Pass that much more appealing to the crowd.
Yep.
Because you then don't have to pay these $100 games because you want to play Fable, because you want to play E-Day, because you want to play all these, Forza Horizon 6, which is not going to be $100. But I'm just saying that if it was in that new wave, right, which is going to happen, we all know that, because once you open the door, everyone starts going, you know what? Why don't we just try with this game? Hey, you know what? Let's try with this game. Xbox had tried that even with, if you remember, it was, what was it, Avowed? They were going to charge, what was it, $80 for the game, and then they dropped it down because they saw that everyone was.
There was backlash. Yep.
Lots of backlash, right? Well, now with Grand Theft Auto, no one's going to argue. You're going to have those people out there say, hey, I'm not going to buy it because it's too expensive. But the vast majority, and this is what Strauss understands, they're going to still buy the game. Why? Because they don't want to be left out. They want to play that game. And they are the ones that he's banking on, because he knows how those players are. They are craving great games.
And it's the most expensive game ever made. Like Take-Two said they've already spent over $1 billion on it.
Yeah, I think someone had said that the final budget was like a little over $2 billion. That was why people had said that if they don't sell 20 million copies within the first 24 hours, it's going to be considered a flop. Well, we all know that's kind of laughable, because within a year's span, I guarantee you they will sell 60 to 70 million copies. Because once we roll into the new year, right, and people get their income tax money, guess what? Mama and Daddy's going to buy little Billy that game of Grand Theft Auto. Why? So that he's going to stop griping and pissing and moaning that he can't play that game. And the greatest thing that we have on Xbox side, we have the Series S. That'll play what game? Grand Theft Auto 6. You can cap all you want and say, oh, it's only going to run at 800 DPI, and you're not going to get a full 60 FPS. Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched gamers? Like, people playing games. How many of them that are playing a game are going, oh my gosh, this thing, oh my, the visuals, man, it's so, I just can't play this. If they're having fun on a game like Grand Theft Auto, playing the story mode, going through it, doing missions, shooting and capping, doing all their normal stuff that they would have done in Grand Theft Auto 5, you think they're going to be capping? No. They're not going to care, because they're playing a great game. To them, that's what they wanted. And they can play it on the new generation consoles with a Series S, which is the easiest.
With FSR 4.1, it's going to run the best on Series X.
And so it will pop into the new gen with just what you can find it for around $300. You can get the 2 terabyte one for, what is it, $450, or I don't know if it's $500. I know they had raised the price. I don't know if it's still down or not. But I do know that is the cheapest entry in. So when people are going to look in the future, let's just go down 10 years down the road. People are going to say, and this is going to be the question, was the Series S the best entry in? Was the PS5 the best entry in? Do you want to spend $700, or do you want to spend $350 and get yourself that game that you're playing at the same time? Because when you drop $700 for your console, right, you still got to buy the game. You haven't even bought the game yet. So now you've got $780 or over $800 now that you're now putting out for one game, and just be able to play it on your new consoles. So yes, this game is going to be a rocket seller, but the ones I'm looking at are the ones that not everyone's looking at. You got some tight pack games coming out. You've got Wolverine for PlayStation. You've got Fable coming out for Xbox and PlayStation and PC. You've got E-Day coming. My hope is that'll be exclusive. And again, I said I'm not big on it, but I don't see any way to fight back against PlayStation except for to go exclusive. I think that may be the method that they need in order to be able to fight back and create identity, so that everybody is able to once again say, is Xbox the place to play? Absolutely. So my hand goes out to Asha and what she's doing. She's doing a great job. In my opinion, I think she's moving the company in the right direction where we need to go for the next, I would say, at least 10 years. Because you never know how long somebody wants to be in an area. But when we had that very first direct that was talking about when she came in, it was like literally had been days before, and everyone was worried about it. But all of us had said, you got to give her time. Let's look at what she can do. And I had said then, her marketing background would be number one. That would be the key element for her to be able to show when she so as to be able to promote games, because that's what she does. That's where she makes her money. She's made her bed on looking at social structures and saying, how can I invest in them so that they'll invest in us? And I think this is going to have a long-term positive effect on Xbox. I think it's going to bring more people in. But as I said before, you got to get the younger gamers, not the old gamers. We're going to be out the door eventually. So you got to get them now. Catch them, get them, bring them on in. Just like, what is it? The Pokemon. You got to catch them all. You got to get them all. You got to get them in there. You got to get them invested. Give them a reason. Show them what you have to offer. Game Pass is the best place to play it. Best place to go buy your games because you get them cheaper. And you just have a plethora of things to do. And that's what Xbox offers. And that's what Asha can show everybody.
Right. Ray G4 says, they say Helix will cost money. Will you buy it? Oh, of course, man.
I've already
I think
said
it's
I
think it's going to be 1,200. That's my guess. And
Yep.
yes, it's going to be well worth the investment for what you're getting long term.
Now, I will also say with respect to Helix. So I work with a lot of young people. Not one of them is an Xbox player. I'll be honest. They're all PlayStation 5 guys. But none of them are wanting to buy a Pro. Why? It's $900. They are not going to go to the PS6 that's going to cost at least $1,000. They're going to have to charge that around $1,000 for what they're talking about, especially if they still stick with 32 gigs of RAM. That's going to be some heavy duty power, and that's great. But the same thing with the Helix. You're going to pay for what you get. A lot of people were saying that it's going to become a luxury hobby. That's probably what we're looking at.
And there's talks that Sony might actually reduce the amount of RAM in the PS6 to save money.
Yeah, 24 gigs. Yeah. They're talking about reducing that. And I think that will probably be the way to go, or that they'll make a light version, multi-skewed PlayStation, which, interestingly enough, will have less RAM. Interesting that's kind of mocking exactly what the Series S did, right? Just less RAM. Same kind of processor. But that's what they're going to have to do in order to offer more people the availability to say, hey, here's a price point at which you can jump into gaming. Because I'll be honest, the PC gamers, they don't care. They're just going to say, you know what? We've already got our RAM. Those that are running 32 gigs and 64 gigs, they ain't got no problems. They're never going to have an issue. Why? They'll just keep on upgrading. Why? Because they don't have to drop out $500 at a whack. Why? Because they've been doing it over the last 10 years. Their PCs are with a great video card. They have all that stuff, but they only have to buy one thing at a time. Whereas if you buy that console, it's one-time drop, and you're gonna have to drop at least $1,200. Now, again, I believe it'll be $1,200. That's what I was saying from the start. Do I think it could be $1,500? Sure. I hope that it's reasonable enough to get and attract more people in. But I also know that I've heard through several sources that there are going to be other OEM manufacturers that are going to be able to make a console.
Yeah, it's going to be multiple SKUs, and they'll be at different price points.
It will not, and it won't be Microsoft as the owner of the console. It may be, I'm just using names here, PNY Xbox. Okay. Now you buy what you're getting, right? So you may not get the most, advanced hardware, the most advanced stuff in there, but you'll still be able to play the Xbox ecosystem because you'll have that hardware. Because that SoC chip is only going to be used, guess where, folks? That's right, on Xbox styled machines. And even PCs will not have the SoC. It's not going out for PCs. It's only going out for a console. Now, PlayStation will have their own, but Xbox is going to hardline this. This is going to be the thing that's going to be the future. And with Magnus as their background, man, they can't fail. This could be a huge success for the future. We could be seeing a major shift. But again, it's all going to matter on where's the voice. And so far, Asha's been out there. She's been promoting the brand. And also, where is the price point? And if people are saying, there was a report that came out not long ago. What did it say? Most people are not buying brand new games, right? They're not dropping 70. They're just saying, you know what, forget it, I'll just wait. And that's what
40, it was like around 40% or something like that. Yeah.
Huge amount. That's a huge drop in people buying games, right? Well, that shows in the game like Soros that sold very poorly. Well, people aren't willing to buy $70 games anymore. They're saying, I'm done. Now, Grand Theft Auto is a little different story. Again, you have to hold them into a different bracket because, again, haven't had one for the last,
I think the developers are blamed for that, too, for releasing unpolished, badly bugged games.
Yes.
People are tired of buying new games and them having constant problems and having to wait for 3, 4, 5, sometimes no patches that fix it. And the company goes out of, it's not necessarily all the developers' fault. They need more time. But in some cases, it's both the business leadership and the developers just trying to rush the game out, trying to please investors, and it's really hurt the perception of buying games new because people are just going to be like, well, I'm just going to wait for a sale when it's already been patched out and I'm going to get the best version.
Yeah. Well, I just see people they're just not willing to throw out that much money when there are already so many games in the market that you can play. You got games like Crimson Desert. You've got just a bazillion games out there. I mean, and if you look at the old games that they have and refurbished games, remasters and stuff like that, there's just so many of them. And you have all these games that you can play. And that's why Game Pass is still the best value in the industry. Not only can you, if you want to buy games, you get them most of the time at a very good discount. They've got an RPG sale right now. And
they're constantly doing sales. Yep.
Right now they have a public. It's just a bunch of RPGs, and some of them are up to 80% off. Now, yes, does PlayStation get those same kind of deals? Absolutely, they do. However, if you're on Game Pass, the one thing you will never get on PlayStation is a day one game, except for small indies. You'll never get one of their titles to come day one. Just doesn't happen. They're not going to throw it out there for their players. You got to fork out the cash. They want that money, and they're going to recoup it in that way. Even with their top tier, if they were to go just like Xbox and have a top tier value brand that would say, "Hey, all the day ones come out. This is what we're going to do." It would sell off like the shelves like crazy, make great money. But they're too scared to do that. They don't have as much capital as Xbox does with their parent company of Microsoft, who has more money than almost any other corporation out there. The only two that can compete with them right now is Nvidia and Apple. Those are the only two that are really the ones right up there in the top 5. And Microsoft is always in that top 5. You notice that? It's because they have a ton of money. That they've got a lot of backing, and so they can really do what they want to do and not have to worry about the long-term effect. Because the long-term effect is you take the long game and say, okay, I will make my money, but I'm going to lose out on the front end. It's going to look ugly a little bit, but in the long term, we are going to make that bread. And so that's what they've got to do. And I've said that before. I even messaged to Asha. I've messaged privately to Aaron Greenberg. A few ideas that would help them, in my opinion, would help them and help to promote the growth of their company and Xbox. And like I said, I've already mentioned these things for them to be able to do to help them grow and to become better and become more for the community. Xbox Game Pass, the Game Pass is the best value, and it will always be that case until. And again, somebody asked me, hey, what if they take off all day one games? well, then we'll have to address that when we get to it, if that ever happens, which I don't think it will. I think Xbox is in a good place. They don't have to worry about the future. Just got to take the long game. Just take the long game. Realize you're going to lose up on the front end, but on the long run, you will win.
Where's Rez at? Where did he
I'm
run
just
to?
waiting for you, Famo. We're waiting for your take.
Yeah. For you, man.
Uh-oh. I done ran out of drink. So I'm about to come off the top
I'm
rope.
tagging you in. Get off the top rope.
I'm coming off the top rope. I'm angry right now. All right, about to take all the air out the room. Rez, I sent you something, and I sent the Mighty Chat Pat something. And before you read that, Rez, why do we tend to get amnesia all of a sudden and act like Microsoft didn't prepare for this day? Told y'all this was going to be a marathon race. There wasn't no sprint. I told y'all that PlayStation wasn't a real RDNA 2 console. I told y'all that with a straight face. I don't play those games. I don't go watch those YouTubers like Mike Johnson do. I don't go where Cygnus goes and get lied to. You just saw, what's his name? MGB? What's his name? MGB? Just lied to the whole damn donkey community today, stating that the PlayStation 6 was coming out in 2027 with a straight face. He posted that with a straight face. While they lied to you with a straight face, I tell you the truth with a straight face. Rez, I sent you something to read. Before you read that, while this AMD FS, what is it, FSR4? What is it?
FSR 4.1.
Right. The donkeys don't even understand what that's gonna be like. They see the article, right? And they say, oh, you know what? The article softened the blow for their feelings. Oh, the PlayStation 5 Pro has 300 tops. It had 300 tops. Let me tell y'all something about technology. I told y'all that Series S and X was created with equal value of stability. Now, I can tell you that I worked on billion-dollar structures. I've worked on billion-dollar structures with computers in them. We've had to go up there, change them out, put them in, change out faults, understand the wiring, and all of that. You never crossbreed technology. That's why I've always laughed at you so-called PC guys out here with this cross-breeded PCs out here. The only ones I respect are the ones that buy PCs that have the same amount of power in the CPU and the same amount of generated power in the GPU, and they're twins. If you don't have that, you playing around. You don't even know what your best quality of your PC version could ever be, because you never do anything like that and then come out here and brag. The Series S and X, the CPU and the GPU are not just married. They're not just married, right? They don't have what I mean by married is they have the exact same. Look, I could pull out that Seagate. Seagate did it. The SSD chip, the Seagate, same integrated technology specifically for the Series S and X. Now you can go get you an off generic type of SSD and put it into your Series X and S. Yeah, sure. You can just use it for storage capacity straight up. Facts. But they're not gonna run as good as that Seagate version, because the Seagate version was specifically integrated for the Series S and X. Now, before you read, Resident, before you read what I sent to you, there's a reason why they had to say, oh, it's gonna leak the PlayStation 5. It's gonna leak the PlayStation 5 Pro too. That's what they didn't want to tell you. When this FSR 4.1 comes out, it's going to be a matrimony made in heaven for the Series X and S. How do I know this? Because what Rez is about to read, y'all failed to forget that this thing was created unlike any PC ever created. I told you, I'm tired of talking about PCs. I'm tired of talking about them, bro. PC is made the same way it's been made since the 80s. Why are we still talking about PCs? PC can't even do cloud. Why are we talking about PCs in 2026? Why? I get it. Okay, you want to customize. But the PC is not giving anybody new technology. It don't work like that. PC don't have a, like Brand was saying, PC doesn't have an operating system. PC don't have an operating system. PC has to be given an operating system. That's how it works. So, is the Series X and X really a limited specimen? Is it really, are we really going to judge it by the specs alone? Because if you do that, you are very foolish and you're going to be surprised in the near future. When they told y'all that these two consoles were future-proof, they meant it. Sorry that devs are not that great today where they can't figure out how to utilize the S. But Brand is right. The S is the most balanced, low price, valued console, period. There hasn't been a console built like it throughout the ages. I've been through all of them. I've seen them all. The Series S is the greatest budget console of all time. That ain't even up for debate. The sad part is millions don't know that because devs don't know how to utilize it. They don't know how to utilize it. Why? Because the tech to make it look that great was ahead of its time. So now the tech, as you're hearing that you're about to hear, right? The AMD FSR 4.1 is finally coming. Do you not see the genius of Microsoft? The reason why AMD is even looking this great is because they stayed close to Microsoft. These are facts. They stayed close to Microsoft and kept learning. Pretty soon, why you think NVIDIA is on their fence right now? Because they looking back and they saying, damn, AMD is coming like a Mack truck. If we slip up, AMD is going to be the choice field. They're going to be the choice field if we slip up. And NVIDIA knows this. So, do we just go by the specs and say, oh, 13 flops? There's no way. There's no way. Okay, Rez, read what I sent to you. And when you get through reading, the only thing I can say for them, Yobi, is who's lying? Read, Rez. Read what I sent to you.
This is from a report from WFC Tech.
How long ago was this, Rez?
This was 6 years ago.
Read, Rez.
Xbox Series X performance is 25 plus teraflops when ray tracing.
What?
25 plus teraflops.
Say it again.
25 plus teraflops.
But I thought it said 13 teraflops on spec, Yobi. Say it one more time for me.
25 plus teraflops.
Okay, keep going.
When ray tracing I/O rate equal to 13 Zen 2 cores.
What?
Yep.
What is what?
One of the system architects, Andrew Grusin, revealed to Digital Foundry that the regular 12 teraflop figure for Xbox Series X effectively bumps to over 25 teraflops when doing ray tracing operations. Without hardware acceleration, this work could not have been done in the shaders, but would have consumed over 13 teraflops alone.
What?
Series
Hold
X,
on, wait a minute. Rez, you got to break it down. It could not have been performed where? Watch this, Brand. Where?
Not anywhere else but Series X.
No. Go back a little bit. You said something about the shaders. It could not have been done.
This work could have been done in the shaders, but would have consumed over 13 teraflops alone.
So right there, y'all. Yeah, it could have been done in the shaders for the PC, but it would have took everything. It would have took everything, and you wouldn't have been able to see the glory at hand that's about to appear. If we did it if we did it like we were doing it the old-fashioned way, then it would have consumed everything. And guess what? We wouldn't have been able to do what we're about to do now. Keep going, Rex.
So for the Series X, this work is actually offloaded onto dedicated hardware, and the shader can continue to run in parallel with full performance. In other words, the Series X can effectively tap the equivalent of well over 25 teraflops of performance while ray tracing.
Hold on,
Series
keyword.
X goes even further. Hold on. Series X goes
well over.
even further than the PC standard in offering more power and flexibility to developers.
Say that again.
Series X goes even further than the PC standard
can
in
y'all see
offering
my
more
earwax?
power
Can
and
y'all see my
flexibility
earwax?
to developers.
Say
in
that
Grand
one more
Console
time.
tradition, it goes even further than the PC standard in offering more power and flexibility to developers. It also supports direct to the metal programming, including support for offline BVH construction and optimization. With these building blocks, we expect ray tracing to be an area of incredible visuals and great innovation by developers over the course of the console's lifetime. It's also overperforming in terms of I/O rate, thanks to the brand new direct storage from DiRREC. According to Goosen, it would take a PC with 13 Zen 2 cores to match the full I/O rate of the new console. Direct storage is less latent and it saves a ton of CPU power. With the best competitive solution, we found doing decompression software to match the SSD rate would have consumed 3 Zen 2 CPU cores. When you add in the overhead of the CPU I/O, that's in another 2 cores. So the resulting workload would have completely consumed 5 Zen 2 CPU cores, when now it only takes a tenth of a single CPU core.
Say that again, Rex.
Because of the technology, it's only taking a tenth of a CPU core as opposed to 5 full Zen 2 CPU cores. So in other words, it's equal to the performance of Series X. You would need to build a PC with 13 Zen 2 cores. That's 7 cores dedicated for the game. 1 for Windows and then the shell.
You know I do this for fun, right? Adidas 020, I do this for fun. Come home, Xbox fans, come home. You right where you belong, right here, where the truth will be told to you. We're not here to play games. If we want to play games, we turning this off and we turning the Xbox on. So if we're going to be on here, we come to do one thing and one thing only. We only got one responsibility, y'all. And that's to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. Now, G4, he's been on Di-RRec Gaming for a very long time. Spotty King has been up here from the beginnings. This is nothing new to them, what I do.
Mike says that's an old article. Yeah, we know. We're bringing this to attention.
I just said that.
Because we're trying to show you that the architecture and hardware engineering of the Xbox team makes it capable of doing much more than most machines.
Right, Rez. You see what I said before I told you to read that? That donkeys don't know. They don't know anything. They don't know anything.
Clearly.
Mike Johnson just proved it. That's an old article.
Mike Johnson
he didn't get, hold on, Brad. He didn't get nothing out of that because he doesn't understand. He hates Xbox so bad. He doesn't understand what's about to happen. So I went back to the Old Testament on him, and then he's gonna say that, the 10 Commandments wasn't here. That was a long time ago. Okay, cool. So what are you living by now with your PlayStation 5? Nothing. What I'm about to tell you right now is this. The reason technology works better with a low count is when you specify everything together and you put everything together. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. See? PlayStation 5 is a bunch of this, a bunch of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's put it all together. Let's junkify it up. Look at the console. The console is like dog shit. Let's put this here, put that there, put this here. The PlayStation 5 is built like an old-ass PC that's trying to stay cool.
So
I went over Mike Johnson's head. He looks at that PlayStation 5. He doesn't even understand what I'm talking about. Well, let me tell you something. I'm looking at my rig over here, right? Like I said, it's huge as hell. Big ass fucking skyscraper in my room. Big ass piece of shit over there, right? And it's trying to do everything it can do to cool down. So it's got these big ass vents in it, water cooler systems, brand, all this shit to just try to stay cool, right? But brand, res, chat pack, that's the old way. I'll give you an example. You got muscle cars, right? They had to put those big ass, heavy ass engines in them, right? Y'all see where I'm going with this? Big ass, heavy engines in them. So what do you think your hood's gonna look like? You're gonna have those vents in your hood, right? So that the air get in there to keep that damn engine cool. While you sit up there going, vroom, vroom, vroom. Today, they got smaller engines because it was never about the big ass engine. See, Donkey's about to learn something. It was never about the big ass graphic card. PC people about to learn something. See, because that's what the PC people do, Brand. They go out there and get these big ass, heavy duty ass graphic card and they shove it up their damn PCs and they start coming out here bragging. But they did nothing with their PC side. They did nothing with the PC chip. They want the graphic card to overhaul for everything. And what Red just told you was that there's a technology coming that offsets all of that. And it's in matrimony only with the Xbox. And in time, people were going to see this. Notice, this was post-COVID. When they wrote this out, all people could do was laugh. Brand, Res, Chat Pack, all they can do was laugh. That's why I'm bringing it back to them. I laugh last. I'm the one that's gonna laugh last. They laugh first. And I already knew why they were laughing. They were laughing for they know not what they do. The donkey's gonna laugh when they don't know shit. The donkey's gonna come out here and lie when they don't know shit. That's their formula. But see, legal told y'all then. Ass whooping coming in the future. Don't worry, ass whooping coming. Because this console is not what it says it is. Layer by layer, brick by brick, veil by veil, it all started coming down until 5 years later, Sony admits what I told y'all dumbasses 6 years ago. Told y'all that. Now, the engines are smaller, but the pistons are longer. You don't need a damn big ass engine to move fast. It was never based off of the engine. It was always based off the pistons. So in the old days, more pistons meant more speed. Well, all you gotta do, every piston was about like that in the engine. But if you extend it, you're gonna get more performance because more intake coming down to those pistons. You don't have to sound loud to move fast either. Look at the Series S and X. They are quiet as hell.
Yeah, so the super chat that was popped out there.
There you go, boy. Read it.
What it was exactly correct. I don't have the visuals on my phone. Don't zoom.
Oh, I got you. Here it is. Here it is.
Go ahead
I got
read
you.
it, and then I'll respond.
I'll read it. Let me get to him.
Thank you so much, Spidey King. $15.
Spidey King off the top rope. There was no reason for an Xbox Series X midget. See, you see how I can bring it to light? Now look how I went from the Old Testament and watch how Spidey King's about to fulfill me. There is exact reason why there was no reason for a mid-gen. And you see how Mike Johnson missed that? He missed it. But people like Spidey King saw what I was saying. This is exactly right. This is the conclusion of the matter. There was no reason for an Xbox Series X mid-gen. Refresh because the FSR 4.1 was coming. Exactly.
This is the point. Is that
hold on, Brand? I ain't over with.
Oh no,
hold on, I got you. Hold your thought. I'm gonna let you cook right after this. The Xbox Series X has been held back because of the PlayStation 5 for years, before the PlayStation 5 Pro dropped. Facts over feelings. Appreciate you, Spotty King. Exactly. We'll let that sit on stage, man. We're gonna let that sit for a minute. Go ahead, Brand. I see you too, G4.
But yes,
Facts. It's all about the
facts,
Pistons, bro.
absolutely, facts over feelings. It's the simple fact that Xbox never considered putting another console out during the generation. Why? Because they didn't need to. What they saw in the previous generation, they didn't have to then. They didn't need to now. And guess what? We got 4.1 coming out. It's going to upgrade your console, and it's better than your PS5s that's out there. So guess what? Most people aren't even buying the Pro right now. That's just sitting in the background. It's $900. People don't want to drop that. So the simple fact is, Xbox is continuing to dominate the industry by giving you exactly what you need for the time frame. We are going to get a Helix that will change the future of gaming, and nothing PlayStation kicks out. I don't care how small they get their nanometers. I don't care how much memory they put in there. It's still not going to be as good as the Helix. The Helix will have future proofing. It'll continue to be stronger. It'll continue to be more dominant. And Mike Johnson, I'm not going to cap on you because I don't know you, but what I'm going to tell you is you need to sit back in your chair and go and start looking stuff up. This is what legal does. This is what Resident Gamer does. This is the information they gather, right? If you don't like the article, find one that refutes it. But you know what? You're not going to find many. Why? Because most people don't want to refute it. It's just like the guy that was it Hearst that Asha Sharma had invited to have a discussion. Guess what? They didn't go and clap back. Why? Because they know that the facts speak for themselves. The Xbox is in a great position. The Xbox games are in a great position. Xbox is dominating MAUs. They have more than any other consoles combined. You can put in the PlayStation and you can put in Nintendo. And guess what? It still doesn't equal what Xbox MAUs are playing. Yes, are they playing on a PlayStation? But guess what? They're playing Xbox games. That's what matters. It's not the consoles, it's the games. And guess what? Xbox is putting out more than anybody in the world. They're putting out more than any two publishers combined. Why? Because
Content is king.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say content is king. And just look around. I mean, look at the perception, the PR that's going out there on social media. You know, the excitement for Xbox has never been stronger. It's never been brighter. I see people all the time talking about it. It's the talk of the town right now. I see people buying Xboxes more than I've ever seen before, ever since like launch, basically. You know, the mind share is turning around on the brand. And Asha is definitely making a change for that, I think, part of that. And also another part of that is Sony. Sony is continuing to show that they are the most anti-consumer, anti-video game company out there. They're giving you the least amount of first-party content. They're shoving you down your throat more live service games. They're charging you more for their products from everywhere, all the way down from their controllers up to the consoles themselves. They're charging you more for their services.
They're getting sued.
They're getting sued. They're removing reward systems, which would allow you to get video games or other
incentive.
Things. There's nothing to get you excited about the brand. And now they've come out and admitted it. There was reporting this week that I wanted to touch on, where one of the
now they come out and admitted it. Let's go.
Yeah, one of the CEOs said the PS5 is just a plastic box if it doesn't have content. And this is reported by Push Square. So they actually had the executive of third party at PlayStation, Christian Svensson, had an interview with the media company, The Game Business, who basically said, if you talk to CEO Nishino-san, who has a very product-led background, he'll say PlayStation is just a plastic box without content. And third parties are the lion's share of the content. So it's critical that we continue to lean in and drive and be ambitious and bring new voices to the platform. If we ever stop doing that, the industry will stop growing. We have, as an industry leader, a responsibility to continue to drive and push and to grow the whole industry, not just our business. And on the topic of first party influencing third party, he also said, we do have some beta first party functionality that is being built on behalf of the first party side, and is really going to trickle out and become increasingly available to our third parties on a selective basis. But more often than not, it goes the other way. We're building things for third party, which first party will be able to take advantage of. And there's a couple of programs our teams have been working on for a while that I can't talk about yet. We'll talk about that next year. So it sounds to me like that doesn't sound to me like there's going to be more first party content. That just means that they're building more tools for first party. So they're admitting right off the bat that they don't have enough first party content for you. That they're not bringing you.
What's going on up in here?
They're not bringing you first party games.
I took a break and it got quiet up in there. What happened, people?
They're still heavily relying on third party, and
oh, Rez didn't shut out.
Of them admitting that
I can't even hear Rez, but y'all can hear him. I'm gonna go back out. I see you back in, Brand. Hold on.
Brand, they're admitting something that we've talked about for a long time is that the first party growth, the studio, the constant studio closures, the chase for the live service Red Dragon, the constant shift in pulling back on funding for different studios of different games has definitely hurt them more and more and more. And I think people are starting to finally see that, there isn't anything that drives the PlayStation platform that's not third party. And they just openly admitted that. So
by the way, I want to respond to something that Mike.
They just openly admitted that what?
Mike
Jones. Did Rez go back out again?
Yeah. Well, no, he's I was responding to something that Mike Johnson said a little bit ago, but you guys were talking, and so I didn't want to go and interrupt. And you had said that Moore's Law. Let me tell you a little bit of something about Moore's Law. You might want to look at his videos in the past. He said that the PS5 was 33 teraflops. 33. It's not even close, man. Not even close. That was not a prediction. That's what he said it would. That is what he said it would perform based on all of the people he was talking to. Well, Moore's Law has been proven many times over that the dude is a troll. He doesn't backtrack any of his statements that he made that were absolute, just pure cap.
And hold that thought. You said the word Moore's Law. Moore's Law is coming to an end, people. If you are a PC enthusiast, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't come here to make fun of where you play. I come here just to tell you that Moore's Law is coming to an end. Moore's Law started around in the 60s. And even then, Moore, his name is Mr. Moore. It's named after him. He said that one day you're going to reach your pinnacle and it will not be able to evolve anymore. And PC is about to get to that point. It's at the end because it's not going to be able to do anything else better than what it's doing. That's it. But consoles will. Because consoles still haven't been able to give that chance to utilize itself like it should. And the beautiful thing, while we used to look down on consoles, right? In a minute, we're not going to be looking down on consoles. Consoles are going to finally get its proper due because it can do things that PCs can't do. That's it. You can't. I keep telling people, it's great when you want to customize your experience. That's fine. But just understand, it will never be fully optimized like a console. And if consoles can execute on visuals, if consoles can execute on performance and pricing, listen, man, people are going to understand it's best to buy the console. But the console has to get to that point. It's going to have to get to that point. And it's going to get to that point. But PCs aren't going anywhere. Let me make that clear before people think, oh no, it's not going to go anywhere. But like Brand is saying, soon the prices are going to be very competitive. And people are going to have to make a decision. Do I want to keep spending a $2,500 on a graphics card that's giving me the same thing that the console is giving me that's $1,000 and something cheaper? Just watch how the common sense kick in. I've never, ever did anything that didn't make no sense to me. I don't buy a console out of popularity. I don't buy none of that. I buy a console for what it's offering to me. This is why I've always stayed on Xbox, because it's what Xbox is offering to me. I don't have to hype Xbox up. I don't have to. I don't have to come out here and lie to people about why I bought it. Just come here, man. Grab the controller. Let me turn this TV on. Let's start playing some games. You're going to find out why I play on my Xbox. The Xbox has always spoke for itself. It needs no gimmicks. But I'm gonna switch the subject real quick to an old subject that Rez brought up, Brand, about Grand Theft Auto 6. We're gonna get to this. Yes, I hope it's over $100. I'll be the bad guy here. Day Breezy, I'll be the bad guy here and say, I'm all for it. You wanna know why? Because the frauds in this community have exposed themselves. And I'm glad y'all did. I was just waiting. I already had said this. Y'all messed up when you open up your mouth talking about $70 is art. Y'all gonna support these devs. That was the funniest shit ever. To the guy who or the girl that said that first, who created that, needs to be. They need to make in the PlayStation daycare donkey camp. They didn't make a statue of that person and hold it up high. Never forget what was ever said, because y'all failed that person horribly. Failed that person horribly. And remember that you will always live up to that. You will always look at that and say, damn. Because what are y'all doing right now? Absolutely nothing. And you didn't fail any of us here on DIRREC Gaming, because we called y'all out. Now that that's happening, where are you going to go now? You have nowhere to go. You're not buying these games because you're broke. Y'all were the first ones out here crying. What are you crying about? Oh, the price hikes. I can't take it anymore. When Game Pass went up to $29.99, it was them coming out here front like they were Xbox fans. This is horrible. I'm stopping my Game Pass subscription. You can't see when they started talking, you knew who they were. I'm stopping it. You can't stop it. It's month to month. You just gotta wait for your month to finish. It doesn't, you can cancel it, but you're gonna have it for the rest of that month. Or how many or how many you subscribe to. So if you got a 3 months and you stopped it, it didn't stop that same day. You got 90 damn days to go before you get nobody was fooling nobody. It's just when you open up your dumbasses' mouths, you expose yourselves because y'all don't know the language of Xbox. You don't know the language of Xbox. So after that pretending went away, they pulled the numbers up and they said, really nothing ever happened. The Game Pass didn't suffer from it. So what does that tell you about the Xbox community? They still understood the value. Did we vouch for the $30? No, we didn't. But was there still value in the $30, Brand? You bet your bottom dollar there was. And that's why people did not leave it. Now, Asha came in and said, look, it's overpriced. We're bringing it back down. That's great. That's great. Nobody's going to fight that. That's awesome that she did that. But it goes to show you that Xbox fans don't mind it. Remember when they called us the welfare gamers because Game Pass? Oh, it's a rental service. Look, man, I told y'all, stop paying attention to donkeys. Stop it, y'all. Y'all got to start paying attention to Xbox. They're calling Game Pass a rental service as if PlayStation 5 Plus is not a rental service. Listen, look, man, they're handicapped, all right? You don't push handicapped people over. You don't push them out of the way. You don't flip them out of their wheelchairs or anything like that, man. So you gotta look at these donkeys and you gotta say, man, look, they say stuff, but they're handicapped, all right? The problem is, even if Game Pass was just a solid rental service, right? That's all you get out of it. I dare anybody to go up and look at the situations for PlayStation 5 Plus. Read the definitions of what it is to have that service, right? Anybody in their right damn mind wouldn't even subscribe to that piece of shit. You don't own nothing. When that subscription ends, that's it for you. Everything that you did is gone. It doesn't, you don't have a cloud save. PlayStation has never, ever had one. Never had one. Never. On Xbox, you can buy, keep it, any game. They only have select few, but any game on there, any game. If you decide to cancel Game Pass, wherever you left off is saved. 2 years down the road, you want to buy that game, you leave off where you left off. The PlayStation experience and the Xbox experience has never been the same. And the experiences are 100 miles apart from each other. It's not even close, man. That's why I laugh at them, because they want to act like they got something and they're doing something. But if you know they just don't have shit. And they're miserable. They don't even have a damn community. They don't have nothing, bro. All they have is, oh, my console sold more than yours. Right? They don't even take care of their exclusives. I told you Poor Sorrows was gonna flop. Look what happened. I dare them to put that pathetic ass Horizon Gathering Hunters out. It's DOA. Why did they even make that game? Why? They're not gonna buy that game. That poor game is already out of its misery. Intellect Galactic is already out of its misery. Wolverine, you're gonna make it, but you're gonna do nothing for the brand. The brand is already destroyed. Wolverine comes in, makes a splash,
The
swims for a
Marvel
while.
IP is not going to move the brand forward.
It's gonna come in, jump in the pool, cannonball, make a big splash, and when the water settles back down, that's it.
Guys, everyone's forgetting the fact that Wolverine is not as well known as who? Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the most well-known IP in the entire comic world. Nobody has more comics than Spider-Man.
True.
Everybody pretty much knows about
But
it.
Wolverine is the number third. He is the number third most popular in Marvel, though.
Wolverine doesn't have nowhere near the amount of comics. The only way people even know about him is because of Hugh Jackson, or Jackman, who played Wolverine. That's what they've seen him in, and so that's what they're expecting. Well, if you go and you look at the game, it's two different things. He looks nothing like it, except for the one in Deadpool. I'm telling you, that is the only way people just know about Wolverine. They don't really care. I'm telling you, that game could flop. Why? Because it doesn't have as much notoriety. Now, will it flop? I don't know. All I know is you look at Ghost of Yotai. Did not even outsell a game that was 5 years freaking old. 5-year-old. And it sold better. Come on, guys. And now they dropped the online support for Ghost of Yotai. Come on, guys. I mean, we're seeing the breakdown of several areas of PlayStation. We are seeing that they cannot support their own internal work. Look at Sorrows. Did poorly. Why? Because even though it was a polished game, looks great visually, but guess what? People didn't like it. And guess what? People aren't buying it. And so people, and the Ghost of Yotai, even though it sold relatively well, and it did sell fairly well, it's like 5 million copies, it sold less than a 5-year-old game.
I got Wolverine doing good, but here's the problem that I see with it. What's up, Metroplex? I see you, famo. I see you, baby. Shouts to everybody out there. I see y'all, man. I see y'all. Look, the problem that I see with Wolverine's the third most popular character in Marvel Universe. Brand has a point. Look, Batman's number one in DC. Then it's Superman. But watch this, Brand. I got your back, Brand. We're gonna be honest here. If you make a Superman game, go and look at the history of Superman games. And Superman is number 2. Superman games don't sell.
Nope.
Watch how scary this is. Batman games sell. Batman's number 1 on DC.
He is the number 2 comic brand name is Batman. The only one that has more is Spider-Man. That's it. Batman is known. That my point stands, which is that Batman and Spider-Man are the two most well-known comic names in history.
I got you. I'm gonna break it down for those that are not believing in you or not even giving it what you're saying a chance of relevancy. I'm breaking it down for them. Spider-Man's #1 Marvel, Batman's #1 DC. Any character that's come behind them has not put up the numbers. What I'm trying to tell you is, #2, Superman didn't put up the numbers. So they were going to do Wonder Woman. They saw this ain't gonna work. Wonder Woman is not gonna work. Okay. The second is probably the Incredible Hulk in Marvel. If I'm not mistaken, Brand, look it up. Look up the top 10 most popular character from Marvel or anybody. Rangy Force, somebody get me and put it in here. But I'm just saying it's the Hulk. I might be wrong, but something like the Hulk, you would have to make that game incredible with destruction features and all of that stuff because it's the Hulk, and that would be the selling point. But even the Hulk would not put up the numbers as Spider-Man would because it's a gap. You look at 1 and 2 and you think, well, he's the second best, but in actuality, second best, the gap is so far away. Somebody show me who's the #2 most popular persons in Marvel. Come on, y'all. Put it out there. I want to know.
I can't really post it up because mine's on
Rez. Where's Rez at?
Yeah, you guys got PCs. You can look it up.
Where's Rez at?
What do you?
We want the second. Give me the top 10 most popular characters in Marvel history. Give me the top 10.
Based on just
give me top 10.
Yeah, just Google whatever.
Because I got a point to make.
So Spider-Man's #1, Iron Man's #2.
Oh damn.
Wolverine's #3.
I was right.
Captain America is at 4.
Right.
The Hulk at 5.
Stop right there. Stop right there. We don't care about nobody else. So look, it's already doomed. Nobody's gonna buy. Now you see why they're making an Iron Man game. I'm just telling you. Now look who was #3 in Marvel. Look, nobody's going to buy Captain America like that. I thought Hulk was higher than that. Hulk was #5. You're not going to bring the Hulk out and its game be average. It's not going to happen. Spider-Man's going to sell. Okay. Wolverine is #3. He's #3. What's up, Talos Reed? You would have to make this game super incredible. Now, let's go to Brand's situation. Here's my problem with Wolverine that I see. One of the biggest problems I have with Wolverine, they ain't showed the game. If you know PlayStation's history, when they don't show the game, it's never, ever what you thought it would be. They did this with Spider-Man 2. They gave you a trailer that deceived your ass. You thought you had something super incredible. They didn't show the damn game for eons. And in the last year of the game, they want to show you tidbits. They want to make a state of the play. And the game looked like a damn PlayStation 4 game. It was mid. And you had to live with it. Hey, play it off. Go get it. Hey, at least it didn't have so many bugs as the first one, right? You played a PlayStation 4 game. And look at the numbers. Nowhere near the first Spider-Man. Look at the numbers. And you're telling me that the third most popular Marvel character is going to shoot these numbers through the roof? Is it possible? Yes. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
It's possible. But here's the reality. And I'm going to say it. When I saw the little gameplay they had for you, I saw too much of the same damn hack and slash.
Yep.
Brand, my words. You're going to. It ain't gonna make sense, Brand. I'm telling you, Brand. Hold on, Brand. Brand. Resident Gamer chat pack. I'm gonna go on the record right now and tell you why I don't buy PlayStation games. Remember what I always said? They don't make sense. Here we go. They first were gonna make Logan have a health issue. You went around, you had to grab health. So that told you right there, they don't know what the hell they were doing. This is a healing factor mutant that doesn't need health packages. He heals on his own. Nope, they saw that. Up, back to the drawing board. Okay. Second, you got him out here. You got him hacking, slashing human beings. It don't. I'll go as far as this. Okay, let's just say they're androids. He has adamantium claws. Adamantium claws. So if you want to get precise with Wolverine, if you want it to make sense, it doesn't take Wolverine 8 damn times to slice you to kill you. If he swipes at your head's decapitated. If he swipes at your arm, it's gone. It's gone. If he swipes at your leg, Brand, it's gone. If he slices through your midsection, through your torso, you're split in half. That's Wolverine. When I saw the trailer or the little so-called gameplay, I saw Wolverine hitting people with his blades 7 or 8 damn times with a finishing move. Range G4. Leave it up to PlayStation games to never make any damn sense. Never understand what it is. And I'm gonna tell you, they made this game bloody because they think, Brand, that's what's gonna sell Wolverine. Let's just make it bloody. I mean, that comes with Wolverine. That's not anything special. And you saw it. This is gonna be the darkest, bloodiest Wolverine game. They're getting him right here. Right, Brand, you gotta laugh at this shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we read the comic books. You're not doing anything darker than the comic book. I'm looking at your damn trailer. You got him slicing and dicing like he's really got a hard time cutting through people.
Look, there's a reason why he is the 3rd ranked known Marvel character. It's because of Hugh Jackman. That is it. I'm telling you, the comics ain't doing it. So as far as Spider-Man, he's been known throughout the generations, man. He's lived long past us. That dude is an old character.
Peter Parker's classic.
And and the whole reason that Iron Man was so great was because of the
movies.
actor.
Yep,
He's the reason that the whole entire industry
You're
lives.
right.
Yes, Blade was one of the first. Okay, yes, that is true. They helped save the industry
as far as movie goes.
Yes,
right.
And then Spider-Man.
Blade was never big time in the comics. Never.
Right, never huge. But
he's
talking
guess what?
He helped to save the industry. And then Spider-Man came out and it changed everything. Well, then we come along and guess what? We get Iron Man. And that Iron Man changed everything. And now you've got Superman, you've got Wonder Woman, you've got everything. My point is this, not that the game will sell horribly. It may sell well, and I hope that it does, because again, if the game sells bad, then Sony is going to be hurting. And we don't want Sony to go out of business. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they need to do better and give better to their communities, because
they can't do that. They can't do that. It goes against their makeup. They're getting sued. They're getting sued because they can't do right by their.
When do you see them rolling out and saying to the community, hey guys, this is what we believe and we want to support you? When do they come out and do that? When do you see Herman coming out there and going and talking to the players? Hey man, what do you guys think? What's your considerations? You don't see them do that. They're sitting in the shadows. Why? Because that's the exact executives you say you guys hate. That you hate the top guys at the top of the chain, but yet you guys are supporting that brand. You had Phil out there now, and Phil did the same thing. Why do you think people started capping on him? Because he was hiding in the shadows. But you had other people coming out there and speaking. And now you got Asha Sharma. And what is she doing? She's like, you know what? I'm just going to stand right out in the front and say, here, this is what it is. Let's talk about it. How can we make it better?
See you, Crispy.
She did exactly what people are needing and wanting. And I'm telling you, I hope Wolverine does well. but I just don't know that it will. If people are willing to cap on Ghost of Yotai, which Ghost of Tsushima, fantastic, brilliant game, beautiful, one of the best games you could play. But if you go to Ghost of Yotai, it's just like a second reboot of the exact same thing. There's really not much of a change. Yeah, you got a little bit more draw distance. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Yeah, is that better? Yeah, of course it is. But is that enough to say, this is a defining game, play my system, play my game? They're saying, nah, I want to play Fortnite. Uh-oh, now you got a problem. They just want to play Fortnite. Really? Come on, man. You got to do better. You got to make better games, and you got to get within the community because they're the ones that will keep you from surviving. They're the ones that will keep you surviving. If we recall, go back to the PS3 generation. What happened with that generation? It was absolute crap. Why? Because they didn't talk to developers. What they did was they went on their own and said, you know what, we're going to do it our way. Our PS2 gen was the greatest in the world.
Y'all ain't listening.
We own the world. We can do what we want, and we're going to do it our way. And they came out just chest flexing and saying, we're going to do it our own way. We don't even have to come out on the same time as that Xbox.
What up, fam?
And guess what? And guess what? The Xbox outsold them in the beginning, and Xbox was selling better games, and they were striving to get people hooked up and say, hey, this is the better console. And at that time, it was a better console. The point is that Nintendo did not talk to their people. They didn't talk to the communities. You know why PS4 did so well? Because what did they do in the very beginning? What was their big messaging? We talk to developers. How do we make games that will invest for the player? And guess what? They did. And suddenly players were just jumping right back on the ship.
Brand's cooking.
And saying, hey, I want to be a part of this PlayStation community. Well, that's what we got with Asha Sharma. She is looking at you guys and saying, what do you want us to do to make it better for you? How do we make this game system that we're making now, the Helix, how do we make it for you so that you can have a future system, so that you can have the games you want to play? We're not going to hold any gates. We want you to play games. We're going to give you every opportunity. We're going to give you the very reason that you're sitting there on your couches or in your rooms and playing these consoles, to play games, to get you invested, be in these different worlds that they create and having fun. That's what she's doing. And she's asking you. She's not going out there and saying, okay, executives, okay, we're just going to make what we think is best. And you know what? They're just going to have to deal with it. Because that's just what we are. We're the big dog. We're the big dogs. We get to say what goes on. Well, guess what? That's not what sells games. Selling games is showing the passion. One of the guys that followed me a long time ago was Aaron Greenberg. And you know what? That's because we only do one thing. We're promoting games. Always saying, and you know, if you look at his thread line, what is he doing? He's promoting games constantly. Why? Because that's what he does. He loves games. He plays games. He does all this. That's his job, right? He loves it and he enjoys it. And when he gets with the community, you see pictures of him, and all they're doing is just celebrating gaming communities. So I can't say enough that Xbox is doing the right things right now. I'm not saying that they won't fumble and screw up along the way, but they're doing a heck of a lot better than PlayStation, because PlayStation right now is gatekeeping you players, preventing you from getting the very best and telling you this is what you need. I'm going to spoon dribble you what you're going to eat. You know what? I got a little cup of rice. You're going to have what I give you out of that rice, not what you want. No. I'm going to give you a spoonful. You ain't getting the whole cup. I'm going to spoon feed you, and you have to beg me for it, because right now they ain't kicking out games, guys. You've got Wolverine coming. Hey, fantastic. That's great. But you're just coming on the back of what? Soros.
Why didn't you guys support Soros?
Brand cooking.
What did that sell?
He's taking all the air out the room, Brand.
Did it even sell 1%?
Nope. It didn't.
It sold
90 million consoles. And it sold less than 1 million.
300,000.
0.6%. And that's the value. That's not even going to talk at the numbers on the quantity of players. You have 90 million consoles, man. You've sold 90 million. And you've got 300,000
The
copies.
console sales.
Oh my gosh, consoles are gonna sell. My son said this, and he said you need to mention this. What is better? Would you rather have more consoles out there, or
Brain in there checking people, stupid dog.
or and this is my son kicking him to the curb. This is Mike Johnson. Or would you rather be selling a ton more games, kicking out games every single year? Because I'm telling you, if you were to put PlayStation right next to Xbox,
Sorrows, aka Sorrows.
exactly.
What up? What up? 30 below
is Xbox is doing what they
30
said
below
they would
in the
do.
building.
They will give you games, and you don't have to pay more for it. You can play them day one with Game Pass, and all you got to do is pay $23 a month. That is it. $23 a month. And sometimes you get 5 and 6 games in a month. Brand new day one games. Look at Subnautica 2. Day one. Game Pass. Day one. I didn't have to spend $20, $30, $40. Guess what? It's on there. Why?
Keeps
Because
delivering month after month, and they're
that's what
all
Xbox
free
gives
under
us.
$20 a month. Or $20 a month, yeah.
I can't help but to laugh because donkeys are having a hard time buying games. Like they put too much effort into it. Let me tell y'all right now. Look, done playing with them, right? Brand cooking. Rez, I'm gonna go ahead and come off the top rope again. Look, this is the last generation for PlayStation. I'm looking at y'all straight face, bro. Have fun now. That's it. After this generation, that's it. All right. Here's the problem. Microsoft just integrated Windows platform and Xbox platform together. What that does is that unifies millions of PC gamers that use Windows. That unifies millions of Xbox fans that use Xbox. Let me just be honest with y'all. There's not one Xbox game, not one, that ever needed PlayStation fans for it to succeed. Not one. Not one. Xbox games succeed on its platform. Period. Forza Horizon never needed PlayStation fans for it to succeed. Halo didn't need PlayStation fans for it to succeed. Gears of War didn't need Halo fans for it to succeed. Watch this. Watch the difference. Watch the difference. Watch me cook. Watch me cook. Fable didn't need PlayStation fans for it to succeed. Now, those games were the 4 pillars. Watch this. There is no Uncharted. There is no more Uncharted. You're barely hanging on to look. There is no more Uncharted. You're barely hanging on to a Horizon. The Horizon Gathering offer is done, so you're barely hanging on to that. And this is new IPs. Games I told you they go all the way back to damn 2005 to 2000. These games are still running. Look, The Last of Us. You've only made 2. You've only made 2 in 16 years.
Yeah.
In 16 years. I don't even want to look right. You gotta see, this is the problem. You gotta laugh at this stuff. You've only made 2. What else? Oh, Gran Turismo. Okay. I'm not gonna front on that weak ass racer. It's still here. It's still here. It's weak as hell, but it's still here. All right. And that's your greatest library. Ratchet and Clank. I don't even know what to say. Look, Ratchet and Clank reminds me of almost like Zelda. Like it never had sales. Breath of the Wild, then boom. Ratchet and Clank still ain't made no sales. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't understand it. But hey, Ratchet and Clank. Let's give it up for Ratchet and Clank. What is low selling ass? Let's give it up for it. For real. What is low selling ass? Let's give it up for it. Now, God of War, same thing. Didn't sell until 2018. Okay, but God of War is officially was 5 in. So I'm not, listen, it's here. Put up some great numbers. 2018, it shattered some things. It's here. 5. Okay, so 2 games, 2 games, 2 exclusives that put up the. There is no more Killzone. There is no more Killzone. What are we talking? There is no more Killzone. There is no more Knack. There is no more Sackboy. There's more. There isn't games than there is games when it comes to PlayStation. Okay? There is no foundation. There isn't. Look, there's only two. God of War, Gran Turismo. Only two. Everything else is cut off. Now, the last time I remember, people, in order to build something, in order to have proper structure, y'all know where I'm going with this for those who are mathematicians or those who are builders here. You must have a 3-footed platform. We all know what the strongest platform is. It's a triangle. That's why you can go to Egypt and look at those pyramids. Every pyramid in the three-point structure has lasted beyond eons. Next is the four-player structure. Everybody knows that, but the funny part is the 4 is not greater than the 3. So what does that tell you? Microsoft has Halo, Gears of War, Forza, Fable. They've had 4. They've been had a structure, and it's still here. They've been had a foundation, and those games are still here. Now let's be honest. Brand, I love what we do here on DIRREC Gaming. I love it, bro. Let's go to PlayStation. And they only got Gran Turismo and God of War. That's it. That's it. We're talking about sellers. They don't have a foundation. Well, Ratchet and Clank is that little kickstand. That's what that is. That's the building falling and they got something to just hold it up. That's Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is about 19 versions of that game, including mobile and shit. You can't even make this shit up.
This is why I've said from the start, man, if these were great games that were really like hitting, games that were just really dominating, because they try and throw out the big numbers of saying God of War sold 40 million copies, but yet they have sold over 120 million PS4s. They have sold 90 million PS5s. Guess what, folks? Look at the numbers. You're not even hitting 8%. Not even 8%. Because it's on PC as well. Guys, you're hitting less than 8%. You're not even hitting 10. Where's your player base? These are the people that are supposed to be sticking up for your brand, right? That's why we've always said, the illegal, it makes mention of it all the time. There are the fakers out there. And guess what? There's these people that are just saying, oh, Sony's just the best because, by God, they sold 90 million consoles. Well, yeah, that's great. But what games are they playing? I'm sorry. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Madden, Minecraft. What was that recent report that came out? There's not a single Sony game in the top freaking 10. Not a single game. For as great as the console is, sure ain't selling the games that are made by that company. They're becoming basically a hardware business and no longer a software business. That's pretty sad. Not to say that Sony's bad. They just need to get back to the books and start making great games. And you go back to their IP library, which they recently opened up that other people can make those IPs. You notice what they did there, right? You know why? Because they don't have the money anymore. So what they're doing is they're saying, oh, we're going to let the community, you can make any of these games. But they're going to be exclusive.
He said PlayStation box is empty with no games. That's what the exec said.
Exactly.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Now, mind you, yes, it is taken out of context because, yes, any box is a box if it doesn't have games for it. But the problem and the point is that the point stands. If they ain't making the games for the console, then what are they? They're just a hardware business. Look at Xbox, right? Back before they did not have a ton of studios. So they were having to cook every one of their studios hard. They were pushing hard, trying to get out games so that they could make sure that they got something out for their console.
Games were epic.
But everyone was like, man, I wish I liked Xbox, but by God, they just ain't got the games, man. They just can't cook. Well, all of a sudden, PlayStation's on the other end of the spectrum now. They can't cook out their games, and people ain't talking about it. But Xbox, oh my, well, let's see. They had 14 last year.
They gotta give them games.
The year before that, they had 15 games. This year's looking like it's going to have another 14 games.
And it's taking their studios too long to make the games. Like with Naughty Dog, for example, they've already been developing Intergalactic for 4 years now or something like that.
The money, look, the money is tight. I get it. But Sony is doing the smart thing, but they just don't have the cap money anymore to be able to say, you know what, we can kick out games. We can't put 40 games in development. We don't have the bread.
I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember the last article? Remember the article last week? I don't know how many people saw that. Rez might have. I don't know if Rez read that out. He might have read it out. Sorry if I'm bringing this back up. But y'all are talking about something that's actually true. In that report, they talk about how it's about the future of PlayStation. I don't know if we were going to do that today. Rez, is that for today or what? I don't know. I send you all that information. But look, anyway, in that article, it talks about how PlayStation is acknowledging they don't have any games, but the future is going to be bright. We are focused on indie games. Indie games is the future. All of a sudden now, indie games are back to the future. They were talking about how they actually do business with the indie developers and how they bring them in, how they got to pay this amount of money because they're the leading marketers. You know, you want your game on our platform, you got to cough up. Like, bro, like, PlayStation be on some front and shit. Like, I guess they think just because somebody put a game on their platform, it's going to automatically sell. They don't even have people to come in and help them work with developing games. They admitted that. In that article, they said it. Oh, well, when it comes to putting out money, funding the games, and helping them, we don't do that. You know, that's above our pay scale. We just bring them in. Can't make this shit up. Rez, if you ain't got that article, okay, fine. I thought I gave it to you. But I think it's on Twitter X. We posted about that shit. But it was funny when you read it because they're trying to make it seem like they actually look good. Right, Brand? In the article, it's like
they also hinted that the PS6 is not coming anytime soon.
Okay, you got that article, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know you're talking about, but I have to pull it up.
No, that's fine. But you do. Yeah. And then you get MGB out here, right? That's gonna tell people that the damn PlayStation 6 coming out next year. When in that very same article last week, they just told everybody
it ain't
even. You're right. We're not even thinking about it right now. It's not even. They don't even have Brand. Look, it's not even in an alpha stage. It's not in a pre-alpha stage.
Nope.
PlayStation 6 doesn't even exist.
But yet Helix is already on the verge of releasing dev kits.
Facts.
That means that they've been working on this thing. So the point is that it goes right back to what I've been saying from the start. Xbox has the bread. Everyone wants to say, they the third ranking member on the board. But guess what? That third ranking member on the board has a big daddy with some big, deep pockets.
Keep those receipts, Crispy. Keep those receipts, fam.
And daddy can help along his little buddy's son take care of what he needs done. They can produce games. Sony? Yeah, that's the only reason that they're still around is because of Sony PlayStation. That's about it. And guess what? They're selling less consoles.
Nobody's buying it. Look, there you go, right there.
Drop, yo. 46% less sales from last year. What happened, guys?
Brand.
I thought you guys were buying these consoles.
Brand, this is exactly right. Brand, when we get a quarterly, right? Everybody knows this. When we get a quarterly report, Brand, it's not this is what's happening right now report. This is a from 3 to 4 months period. This is what's happening report. So it's not Brand. When we got that news, that means it's been going on. To Rez defense, and you might be getting your flowers, Rez. I'm telling you right now. Gears of War E-Day is going to be everything, bro. And if it goes my way, I'm going to buy you a game, Rez. I don't care. All right? I don't care what you want, because you deserve your flowers. You've been on the high
I'm
horse.
telling you, man. I'm telling you,
You're
Asha's the
telling
one.
me you've been
Keep
on the
telling
high
you.
horse.
Hey,
So y'all heard on
there's
DIRREC
a super
Gaming?
chat up there. You probably want to read that one.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Where is it at?
It's by Pablo Fumale. He says Project Helix is officially coming, announced by Xbox CEO
Oh, I had
Akishima.
that. Yeah, I put it up there.
The console is deep in development in partnership with AMD. Developers will receive alpha versions of the hardware in 2027. And they said early 2027.
Yeah,
So there's potential it still could come out late 27.
It's not even a potential. See, this is what. Okay, for one, here we go.
Roll it up. Roll it up.
It's not even a potential. The dev kit, when they talked about the dev kits, they're talking about for the features of this damn console. The games are already being made for the console. There's games already being made. It's not a dev kit because they need to learn how to make games on it. It's a dev kit getting prepared for them for these features for these games. The console is coming out the late fall or early winter of 2027.
I say Red Rain G says res that shirt. Yeah, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street, number 3. The Dream Warriors is the best 2 of the Nightmare series for me. So respect. Hey, I'm not just a gamer. I'm also a big movie guy, especially horror. So horror is my favorite genre.
Oh my God, this guy here, man. But let me tell you something. When it comes to Resident Gaming, when it comes to Resident Evil, I'm sorry, this the guy, bro. Like, this guy loves horror games, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Horror, everything. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I get enough. I hear it all the time from this guy, man. But anyway, this is exactly what's going to happen, man. The console is not being sold now. So y'all gonna sit here and tell me, right? They're pouting. They're pouting over the price. Look, I want y'all to follow me on this.
Hold on, Legal. Fillmore Pocket says
Okay.
AMD's engineering team officially stated that the Helix custom silicone chip is complete, and the chip is ready for hardware integration. Yeah, that's true. Actually, you're right. I forgot about that. They did say that it was ready.
It's ready, bro. So. It's ready. Look, and that hurts them. I'm telling y'all, man, don't get me off pocket. We already know it hurts them. We did shows about it. We already know. That's why MGB had to come out and say something. He's trying to pamper. Bro, it ain't coming out. PlayStation 6 is not coming. Look, Rez, what I say? 2029? I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it.
This is why I think this is a
smart
move.
Hold on, Rez.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. 2029, mark my words. Ain't no 2028. Look, you have to first make do that the console even exists. That's a whole year. Just to show people it exists. Oh, look, we're starting to put it together. You have to at least let people know what
they're
silicon
getting out in front of it good. Yeah, early. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta let people know the silicon you're gonna use. Okay, we got that. That's a whole year. That takes a year to do. That's a year of that information. The next year is, oh, we're getting production going. It never happen. It never goes like this. Oh, we're using the silicon next year. The console's out. So it's already mid. It's already almost mid 2026. There is no silicon coming out for the PlayStation 6. This is not the year for that news. Period. 2027 comes. If you hear it then, it's we're going with this chip from AMD. That's what you're gonna get. That's 2027. 2028, it's official. You're gonna probably get some specs. You're gonna start getting the rumors. Okay. What is it gonna look like? You're gonna start trying to get those things. That's 2028. And I'm only saying this if this is the flow. So you've already been lied to. It's not coming out 2027. 2028, you're gonna hear that. 2029, okay, dev kits are going out. We got this going out. We got this late 2029. And look, and that's just me being kind. Because it's expensive out here. And Sony is short-handed on these memory chips.
Hey, so quick,
don't be surprised if they stretch this PlayStation 5 to bits and this console don't come out.
Hey,
Yeah.
When I'm telling you they're going to stretch the PlayStation 5, they're stretching the console to death.
hey,
They
real
already got
quick.
the message. They already got messages for the PlayStation 4 players. Please, please, please switch over. They're going to stretch this damn thing. And I'm going to go on record to say this right now. Do not be surprised if that shit don't come out to 2030. But I'm saying 2029. But don't be surprised. So here comes the ass whooping. Here comes the ass whooping.
In the last 10 years than PlayStation has.
If it ain't gonna come out to 2030 or 2029,
Hey,
who do you think? And I'm just gonna say this: the longer the date goes, the more expensive it's going to be. It's not the other way around like it used to be, y'all. Oh, the longer we hold on to the chip, because what's happening is, if you hold on to a late chip, that means you're gonna be outdated when you come out.
hey,
It's gonna
hey,
be
real.
outdated, and nobody wants to be outdated. So if you think you are pounding right now over $800, $900 console for PlayStation, and we've seen the world's reaction on it, Res, Brand, Chat Pack, we got the financial report, everybody. We see the reaction of the donkeys. They forfeited on it. And you're going to make me think that when the next PlayStation come out, that's going to be more expensive. All of a sudden, they're going to shell it out. They're going to shell it out. Then you know right now, this is the last hurrah. PlayStation 6 isn't even going to get close to 100 million sales. And the only thing I'm going to say to donkeys is, then what? Then what? What are you going to do then? Your
So,
time is running. Enjoy the PlayStation 5 and all of its weak glory. But when the PlayStation 6 comes, it's going to be a flea market. It's
hey,
going
real
to
quick.
be a pawn shop console. Go ahead.
All right. So real quick, my son said he had a little point that he wanted to make on the whole commentary.
Come on with it, son. Come on with it.
So listen, I see Mike Johnson talk about 90 million consoles.
Don't worry about what Mike Johnson's saying. Get to your son.
Xbox and PlayStation. I love PlayStation, don't get me wrong, but I love Xbox more. Let me make a fact real quick. PlayStation in the last 10 years has brought 60 to 70 first-party games. Xbox, 90 to 100. That is 30 more on both sides, whichever it is. That is 30 more. 90 million consoles. That's great. You want to eat a sandwich without meat or cheese? That's fine. You go right ahead. I'm not going to like it, but you can. Because guess what? I'm going to get the meat, the cheese, the tomato, the lettuce, the onion, all that. So I figured I'd spit that.
And that's the point. This is from a 17-year-old gamer, right? So Mike Johnson, I get it. You're opinionated and you have the right to feel the way you do. But we're just telling you the facts, right? Xbox is giving you more. They're producing more. They're showing you more. The evidence is there. The trail has been made. All right. We've already dug the ditch and the water's flowing. So guess what? We have the community. We can feed our people. We can water our people. Sony's not doing
Crispy
that.
says you wait till E-Day and motherfuckers are going to get their eyes melted. Yeah, bro. Crispy, what's up, man?
Going back to exactly what
E-Day is going to be
said.
insane.
Going back
I
to
think
what
it's going to be that next graphical step up.
Legal said it earlier. Xbox games are still kicking.
Yep.
They're still bringing in the communities, and they don't need the ponies.
Don't need them.
We showed that with Starfield, a game that was huge, and there was a bunch of mixed marketing because everyone was like, "Is it going to come to PlayStation? Is it not?" Then they found out it wasn't, and guess what? They thought, this game's going to
tank. 3 years. For
exactly.
3 years.
And it had the biggest launch in Bethesda history.
No one. Come on, talk that talk, Brand. Talk that talk, Brand.
No one was even close.
Talk that talk, Brand.
That's the point. From a 17-year-old gamer to a 50-year-old gamer, guess what? We say the same thing. Xbox is the place to play. Why? We got games. And you know what? We play on consoles. We play on PCs. He's a PC dude. He doesn't even play the console very much. But guess what? We're gamers. And guess what? We both see two different perspectives. But we see the exact same thing. The trail has been laid. Do you want, is exactly what my son said. Do you want bread? And you can eat the bread. It'll sustain you. But don't you want something more than just plain old bread?
Even the Lord and Savior, even the Lord,
meat and even the Lord in there.
Even the Lord,
flavor.
even the Lord and Savior said, "Man can't live off bread alone."
Exactly. You guys, you've got to look at what Xbox is producing. Man, these guys are cooking. They're putting out games. You got games like Kiln, and you've got other games that are just coming out.
PlayStation fans out here eating bologna, eating mayonnaise sandwiches, right?
And like I said, guys, you can say what you want to, but that's a 17-year-old gamer, which is the next generation of people.
Mike Johnson out here eating mayonnaise sandwiches with salt and pepper.
He's not even putting mayonnaise. He's just got 2 pieces of bread, yo. He's got that in a cup of water. Hey, man.
So,
oh Lord,
y'all too funny, man. Y'all can't get us out of pocket. We already know what it is over there. We already know what it is over there, man. Y'all can't get us out of pocket. We don't parade for you. But shout out to Mike Johnson for coming over here being a pretty good scout, man. Thank you for being a scout.
Standing up strong for his people.
Yeah, standing up strong, baby. Standing up strong. Pablo, y'all better start talking some sense to Mike Johnson. He's gonna have it bad. All of y'all gonna have it bad.
That poor fella.
Telling you right now, y'all gonna have it bad soon. It's not even gonna be funny. And I'm gonna invite y'all in the chat so we can just laugh at you. Just laugh. Because you know what? Here it is, Raz. Here it is, Brandon, Mighty Chat Pack. I want all the prices up. You want to know why? Because the donkey started it, but we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it. I want the damn consoles to be high. Ain't gonna bother me none. Hey, listen, ain't gonna bother me none. I'm gonna put my mouth where my wallet is at. See, all you frauds, y'all not allowed to come the next generation. Look how beautiful it's going to be without y'all there. Look how beautiful it's going to be without y'all there. To all my great gamers out there that's ready for the next generation, let's go. Y'all, we coming. We're going to be showing the world just how beautiful Xbox is for almost 3 years. Can you imagine that? The PlayStation 5 Pro and the PlayStation 5, they're not buying it. So nobody cares about that consoles. Nobody cares. Right now, nobody cares. It's obsolete. It's done. Throw it away. It's done. Those 2 consoles, done. They're not buying them. Right now, nobody's buying them. So, the hottest thing on the market is going to be the next Xbox with 2 communities. Look, PlayStation can't do that. You want to know why, people? It doesn't have a major OS. I told y'all this. So PlayStation is going to look real weak. It's going to be in a very small kennel. And it's going to tout exclusives that they don't buy. Nobody believes in you anymore, Sony. You see? Nobody believes in you anymore. Your myths, your theories, and your narratives are all weak now. They're weak. Your fan base don't even believe in you. Now where are you going? Where are you gonna go? There's rumors that you're scared to raise the price up. So you're gonna dare me to say you're gonna bring a cheap ass console with all your perception. You're gonna bring a cheap ass console, and I dare you to try to sell that cheap ass console to the world. And you expect people to take you serious. They talking about, oh, I'm hearing the PlayStation 6 gonna be $600. I dare you to make a $600 console next generation. I dare you, Sony. Do it. And let's see how far that gets you. Let's see how far that gets you. If the next Xbox is $1,200, it's going to, mark my words, it's going to sell out.
Pablo says it's not going to be a console. It's going to be a PC.
Sell out.
And 2027 is looking unlikely. Microsoft is out of the console hardware. No, they said to the contrary.
Reading dumb stuff on Direct Gaming. Stop. And Pablo, I don't even know why you wonder why you get booted. I'm starting to believe the moderators don't like your stupidity. Stop saying dumb stuff. The console cannot be a customized PC. When have you ever seen a modem, a console? That's like me saying that modem over there can be a console. Stop sounding dumb for the sake of sounding dumb, bro. Stop. You come here and say, at least act act like Mike Johnson. We can get a few laughs, but don't come here with stupid stuff, bro. We don't do that here. We have too much respect for gaming to sound stupid, bro. Go to somebody else's channel. Well, that gets an approval rating. We don't do that here. So if you're going to sit in this comment section and you want to be heard, sound like you got some sense as a gamer, bro. Because if they doing that, you the one that came to me about it. I was unaware. But if I'm watching you now, I got you in my scope. So if you're doing that, that's probably the reason why. I'm telling you right now, because the Mighty Chat Pack, they don't play with stuff like that, bro. Everybody here has an integrity. We got integrity to say what's good, what's real, what's relevant, that has some substance, bro. If you ain't gonna say what got stuff, don't come here, bro. Or just be quiet. I'm telling you right now, I'm just gonna let you know. Straight off the bar. I'm letting you know right off the hip, bro. Now, look, if this happens, right? If this happens, I'm telling y'all right now, this is going to be galactic because they'll be able to work magic for 3 years. Rez, I'm telling you. You didn't believe me at first, Rez, but now you're starting to. I'm telling you, Rez, they need to get this console out. Remember when it don't. They need to get it out because everybody's used to updates and fixes and we're all used to that now. If that console isn't fully optimized, get it fully optimized. Bring it out. Put it out on them shelves. Watch it sell out. It's going to sell out. I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to sell out. Sells out. Brings the next batch in. It's going to sell out again. Because people are going to be able to finally, and I'm telling you right now, I do it already. I never thought, Rez, that this told me the future. This handheld told me the future. I can play all the Steam games and all my Xbox games in one device. In one simple device. Bro, in one simple device. I can remote play this, so I can change it from cloud and to my actual account brand and have my whole gaming library at my disposal. While I'm walking around my house.
Now, windows on the fly.
Right. Now when I leave my house, of course I would have to I would only be able to play the games that are downloaded that it can hold. And I don't need Wi-Fi to do that because it's downloaded into the OS and it's locked in and it'll still be able to play it. So I don't need the Wi-Fi. I'll be able to do it. You can't say those type of things with PlayStation because PlayStation has never, ever, ever been on the level of Xbox. Never, ever, ever. I'm just starting to believe that people who just love PlayStation so much and hate Xbox, they just don't like Microsoft as a company. Because you can't make sense out of the hatred. Nobody, listen, you're not going to be able to, you have to be a diehard Sony-only fan, pure donkey from the daycare bliss of the oasis of the Sahara Desert to tell me to buy a PlayStation Portal over this brand. Rain G4, you got to be kidding me to say, look, man, go buy that PlayStation 5 Portal for $150 over this. Talos over this. I bought this. I bought this before I bought that damn piece of shit ass Portal. I bought the Logitech G Cloud before I do something like that. What are we talking about? Damn it, the realest one bought me this. Even he didn't even buy the damn Portal. He bought me this. This was my first handheld that was gifted to me. What are we talking about out here? It's never been on the level. Never been on. Look, PlayStation had two handheld devices. They had two handheld devices. Give them love. The PlayStation Vita was one of the greatest handhelds technologically that I've ever seen in my life. Had the first mini OLED screen. It was beautiful. But guess what messed it up? PlayStation doesn't have, the Sony doesn't have great engineering. So the games that were being made on the Vita, they wanted the devs to go ahead and remake the game for the PlayStation. So the devs, they were wearing the devs out. The devs said, damn, man, you mean I gotta make see that they don't have the technology, right? With Microsoft, Watch this, Brand. This is for Brand. You know, Brand likes this type of shit. With Microsoft, one device, all device, play anywhere. Sony can only dream about doing this. You make the game once, you play it anywhere. PlayStation and Xbox have never been close when it came to capabilities. The problem is, we know that the gaming media are donkeys. We already know their origins. They just write about Xbox because PlayStation news don't keep the light on. I don't care how people feel about what we say. I don't care about all the quiet mouths who would dare not to say what we just said. You know, everybody wants to act like, oh, nothing's going on type shit. But when we look at the reality of stuff, then we have to say to ourselves, damn, nothing is really happening over there for PlayStation. All that lying and all that cheerleading they do over there is not doing them no good anymore. But you wouldn't say something like that when you benefit from the same whack-ass industry that has failed us all. If you're one of them, of course you're not going to talk like that. We're gamers. The only way I can get this is if there's only two ways. Somebody gets it for me or I get it. My video games, somebody gives them to me or I get it. I'm no different from the chat pad or anybody else out here that has to work to provide, spend their money to get what they want to get, Brand. That's it. The only thing I'm telling Microsoft is, you want to know where the truth is at in your community? It's right here. It's right down in the chat pad. It's those who working very hard spending their money on your damn products. We're grown-ass people around here. I don't care about somebody gets a damn gift. Why does that irritate you, grown man? You're grown. If somebody gets a gift from the industry, why are you mad about that? That's some silly shit right there. You're grown, man. Stop looking at what somebody else is doing. Do you? I love playing on Xbox. When I get off this, man, Forza Horizon 6 is so damn fun. I was doing like a Uber. It's got an Uber delivery.
Forward to playing it.
Look, man, I became a delivery driver to deliver food. I blew my mind away when I was playing. What?
I heard there's a lot of options in that game, and I have not yet, of course, seen it.
I'm telling you, bro. I was recording. I played for about 3-some hours this morning. And Rez was like, yo, we got to do the show. I love Rez today for his passion. Get everybody legal. We're hitting everybody. He was amped. And I was like, damn, he had already put up the post on Twitter X. I'm like, this dude had already told everybody we finna go live. Put a time.
You know what's a smart business move too about continuing to upgrade the Series consoles? The fact that if people can't afford the Helix, they can still play on the Series X, because I feel like Microsoft's going to support it for a long time before it gets retired.
The beauty in that is the Xbox Cloud, Rez.
Or Cloud,
Rez.
yeah.
The Cloud is, if you can't afford it, and I hope they do what they did for the Series X for them, right? So let's just say people who couldn't afford the Series X, right? And they still have the Xbox One, right? As long as that console's running and you played in the cloud, guess which version you're getting? You're getting the Xbox Series X version. Why, Rez? Because it's what we read that was 6 years ago. The integration is there. So
Yeah,
you get the best
Series
version.
X's. Yep.
Right. You don't get the Xbox Cloud version of the Xbox One. You get the best cloud version of Xbox, was the Series X. And you play that through your console. Your console becomes a server. That's all it becomes. That's all it becomes. I know it's cloud and I know it may, but listen, if it's saving people money and they still want to play, that's a win-win.
Yep.
PlayStation brand. Look at this. PlayStation ain't doing that for you.
Ain't giving you jack.
Ain't giving you, not giving you.
They want more your money.
There you go.
Same thing.
There you go. This is what PlayStation's doing. Up your ass. That's what PlayStation's doing.
Their hands out.
The only thing that we know, the only thing that we're learning about PlayStation fans Rez and Brand and the Body Chat Pack is that their assholes is getting as big as their mouths now. Sony's filling their asshole with everything, just shoving it up in there. I mean, damn. They what is it? Dynamic pricing. They accept it. Raising their prices on add-ons and shit by 30%. They accept it. And they accept it blindly. They didn't even know they were shafting them. They get the news and they're like, well, okay. We still out selling Xbox and console sales. You're like, these dudes is the best. Yo, give the PlayStation fans the #1 trophy for being unwavering for their support. And when I say no matter what, I mean no matter what. You can't outbeat these dudes. These dudes, look, we found their weakness. Shit. We finally found their weakness. It's price, it's pocket. We already knew that, but hey, it is what it is. We saw y'all with the PlayStation 3. That's why I said, hey man, they going back to the PlayStation 3. Just wait. When they raise that price up, they'll show their flowers, and they show their flowers. They show their flowers, people. That pocket is really short, but that mouth is big. They came out here trying to make the stamp that, hey man, we out here supporting these devs. I got some of these dudes on their show talking about, I'll spend $120 for a new Spider-Man game. I'll spend $8 at the movies and all this shit. Okay? Well, that's why the new legal is saying, I want Grand Theft Auto 6 to be 110 standard. Standard. Let's see just how great y'all love gaming. Let's see just how bad you want that Grand Theft Auto 6. Let's just see. Let's just see. I make my day and go out here and spend money on that damn game. I want you to. I mean, at least it'll prove that you still don't buy your exclusives. It'll still prove that you're a third-party audience. Ah, man. I don't know how anybody struggles with donkeys. What are you struggling about? They're not real. They're just boisterous. They're divas. All right? They're just divas, man. They drag queens. They go home, they put on high heels and shit, paint their faces and do weird shit. That's what they do. They're not, listen, man, they are out of pocket with themselves, bro. They don't even understand why they do what they do. They just go along with whatever. They don't even understand. That's why when this shit hits them, it's hitting them hard. They don't even understand why they're not even buying the PlayStation 5 no more, other than it's expensive. That's it. That's it, right? Oh, I can't do it. It's too expensive. And that doesn't make sense. Nah, it never made sense. The PlayStation 5 Pro being created never made sense. There was no reason for a mid-gen cycle if you would have created that
Why not,
PlayStation
Mike
5 the right
Johnson?
way.
I
But
thought
as you
money
can
wasn't
see,
an
they can't.
object for donkeys.
They shoving up the pisser. They're shoving up the pisser because they lack the technology. They're doing the same thing that these PC gamers out here that are frauds do. And then they come out here and they front on everybody, acting like they got this superior damn PC out here. When they take a damn graphic card, shove it up their damn modems. That's what they do. They don't specify nothing. And that's exactly what Mark Cerny did. He took that damn thing and shoved it up in there and said, hey, look, we got a 30% increase of graphic fidelity. Look at us. Look at us go. We got technology in our console. Look at us. Then you break down the PlayStation 5 Pro and it's the same damn thing. It's the same damn console as the PlayStation 5. You can't make this shit up. You're like, well, where? Oh, it's just we put this in here. Oh, that's it? Same thing with the Switch did. Nintendo did the same damn pissy shit. That Switch 2, you break it apart, it's the Switch. You're like, damn, what the fuck is this shit? What? It's the same damn thing we just shove some of this and shove some of that, and we selling it to you for $150 more. And you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. And we're gonna sell your games for $80 to $90. You're gonna like it and love it. And everybody, and look, now there wasn't no articles talking down Nintendo. They didn't make a big huffy puff over it. But if it was Xbox, you'd have seen 30 articles repeating themselves for 3 days about how horrible Xbox is and how horrible the brand is, and that, oh, it don't have no games, and look at this, and they raised up the price for about for a whole week, damn it. Forget 3 days, a whole week. You wouldn't have been able to get online anywhere. It'd have been something negative about Xbox. So now you're gonna catch this smoke. Ain't got no love for y'all. No, I don't. Nah, we gonna apologize after the fact. Right now, you gonna catch this ass whooping. Now we know y'all ain't buying those games. Now we know where you're at on your plank. You're right at the end of your plank. Now we know y'all ain't buying those damn exclusives. You have a whole nother audience on PlayStation, the majority, who could care less about your damn exclusives. You give them a reason to go somewhere else, they're gone. Because we already know who they are. They're the ones that are playing Call of Duty and Fortnite. You grab that audience, you done gained you some millions. You done gained them some millions. You got to understand something. Next generation, nobody's going to want to be left out. That volume of value that the Xbox is going to hold is going to be too great. That technology is what the technological industry is going to have to talk about. They're not going to talk about PlayStation 5. They're not, because the PlayStation 5 has no technological reverence to it. It's outdated. They're going to be talking about the Helix because the Helix is going to have the technology of the proper age. That age is now. It's already going to be fine. It's leaped. It's leaped the generation. So they're going to be talking about it. It's going to have marketing power. It's going to have flair. It's going to have quality. It's going to have performance. It's going to have high-end performance. Ain't that what we talk about, people? Right, Rez? Performance. Visuals. Yep. All right. Well, it's going to but it's going to get real over here on Xbox. We can't say that about the Switch 2. Nah, let's have sympathy for Nintendo Legal. Don't do that. It's a kiddie console. Okay. Well, let's put it over there. So we got PlayStation. So what's the excuse for it being $800, $900? Go ask Sony that. What are they making over there that's worth $900, $800? I think the PlayStation fans have already told us. Rez, get us out of here, man. Get us out of here, bro.
Did you want to talk? All right. So we'll just end it here. Next time we'll talk more about Forza Horizon 6. And there's some news too as well about Xbox Game Pass expanding into China. So thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate you always joining in with us and talking about gaming and what's next for Xbox, and even a little bit of Sony news sprinkled in. I want to thank Xbox brand for stopping by. Want to thank the hostess with the mostest, the Never Tuck Chain In crew, Mr. Legal, and we got another great show. And I want to thank also everybody else out there who's excited for the brand, that they're seeing these changes come around. We're looking forward to the next era and the next few years.
Yeah,
we'll catch you guys next time on the flip side.
We're going to catch you guys next time, man. We out of here, bro. Go play Forza Horizon 6, man. Go play something. Go play it right now, man. The greatest racer series of all times is out right now. Get the game, play the game, enjoy the game. If you can't, then wait till Monday. But listen, man, we got some gaming to do. We got some fun to do. Thanks for everybody that came out today, man. Thank y'all. Once again, I want to say this real quick, Rez. I appreciate all the positive, encouraging words across everybody out here, across them all. We love when we hear that you love how the realist keeps it real. We love how you hear, oh, Rez, I love when Rez reads out the news. We love hearing stuff like that. We love it, man. And we love y'all for coming out here, making this so much fun. We're going to keep it moving, y'all. Till next time, God bless y'all. Be safe out there. We out of here. Peace. Nah, for real, man. I just wanted to be funny, man. Peace.